After the takedown of the Hindu seers who never saw, with a deep down, frame after frame, frame after frame, and the advent of Galilean Einsteinian relativity, quantum mechanics, and the perennial philosophy of Jiddu Krishnamurti, what happened? You see that you don't see, and you see why don't you see. You are now free to see. Freedom. Freedom is at the beginning and not at the end. Jiddu Krishnamurti. The first step is the last step, which abolishes time. Jiddu Krishnamurti. Freedom. Freedom from the norm. You are now free to see. You have given observation an opportunity. There is now an opportunity for observation and ample room for inquiry. Observation doesn't guarantee discovery, but there can be no discovery without observation. Freedom, freedom from the known, which means the ending of ignorance and the awakening of intelligence. That is why knowledge is ignorance. You are so unintelligent. So, the ending of ignorance is the awakening of intelligence. There is now the energy of freedom. You can do anything and it is right action because there is the abeyance or the suspension of the self. Even if there is no annihilation of the self, at least there is the suspension of the self. But Jiddu Krishnamurti says that the abeyance or the suspension of the self is nothing at all. We don't know. We have to find out. Jiddu Krishnamurti is for the annihilation of the self. So there is right action because the self is not, or at least, suspended. You know where the self is, but can you know where the self is not? Jiddu Krishnamurti asks. You get the import, right? The energy of freedom implies what? Observation, the ending of ignorance and the awakening of intelligence, understanding, and in the illumination of intelligence and insight, discovery. That is, a challenge is ever new, and there is the energy of freedom that discovers something new. In the brilliance of an insight, which is what? A mutation, or the brand new meets the ever new, a challenge. The energy of freedom, because it is free, can keep mutating and keep meeting the ever new with the brand new every time. Because the energy of freedom is free, it can keep mutating and keep meeting the ever new with the brand new every time. There is a difference between how we laymen question, think, and inquire, and how the scientists do, at least the top scientists. For instance, two top scientists came up with the observation that gravity is an observer. Gravity is an observer. Flabbergasting, isn't it? It is an insight because there is a mutation in our worldview, so that we laymen missed it. Gosh, How could we not see that gravity is an observer? Do you see the extraordinary implications of that insight? Do you see why it is mind-blowing and mind-boggling? Please see the beauty of it. If gravity is an observer, then what is the weak nuclear force, the strong nuclear force, and electromagnetism? Have I dropped a bomb? Where are we heading? Where are we heading? The theory of everything, which reconciles gravity, the weak nuclear force, the strong nuclear force, electromagnetism, and the psychocosm with the observer, measurement, measurement outcome, or the observed, and the observer is the observed as the central theme or the greater scheme of things. The theory of everything by the grand reconciliation. Reconcile is the key here. If you watch the video, What is Galilean Relativity on YouTube, the author harps on the word reconcile. Reconciliation is the key. The grand reconciliation means what? Anta Vokate. Anta Vokate. Advaita. Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta and Siddhanta, the total energy of freedom, which is when there is Advaita Vedanta and Siddhanta. Jiddu Krishnamurti says, Vedanta means the ending of the known because the Sanskrit word Ved or Veda means knowledge or the known. I don't know all this. I learnt it from Jiddu Krishnamurti. That is why they don't like Jiddu Krishnamurti, because he is sharing it with everybody. Jiddu Krishnamurti says it is for everybody. We speak to everybody. The Brahmins always sat on the first bench or row and heckled and interrupted Jiddu Krishnamurti. One day the Brahmins verbally attacked Jiddu Krishnamurti thus: "What have you done all your life but talk, talk and talk?" Jiddu Krishnamurti then asked, "Sir, I will take care of all your needs, food, clothing and shelter. Can you do the talking?" The Brahmins never spoke thereafter. Can you do the talking? Suddenly, tremendous itching, unbearable itching, unbearable itching. Jiddu Krishnamurti, quantum superposition later, another day. We will discuss another day. Unbearable itching. I have to stop.